Okay, so this will be covering pro Viper lineups and ults and setups a little bit.
Poison
Maybe I'll
orb
separate the
emitted.
setup video and
Poison's off.
well, the setups part into more of another video though. We'll see. Um, so our default plant spot for A is going to be right here. And this will be possible to plant consistently since we'll be having a harbor that has this protection orb. So this will be a doable plant spot. And the reason why this plant spot is better than here or here is because it gives the defenders a lot of space and cover to defuse from. So if we plant here, the defenders literally have to worry about 4 angles that we can peek from. So if we have anyone flanking or holding the mark, then this is a super strong plant spot. Okay, so the first lineup we have is you have to aim on this thing right here. Top of that. You put your third Viper line right there on it. And if you do this, then it'll land on the plant. Also, make sure when the bomb is planted, this will be my job anyways and not yours, but when we plant, we're always gonna look this way. We don't want it to look this way, as if anyone's playing art, they'll need to peek out more in order to kill whoever's on the bomb. So all the lineups are made for this spot specifically. Okay, and the second spot is from mid. You want to be going all the way here to your crosshairs on this spot right here. And then you want to aim on this top right thing of the top left metal parts, whatever that is. And you aim your right squiggly line onto that. Not the squiggly, but the very left part of the right most UI. You aim there. Then you do your molly. This will also land on the plant spot. Now the third molly you need to memorize for a site for this spot. It's probably the easiest one to do off the bat. Because all you need to do is just look at this thing. Aim at the very tip part. So it'll land perfectly on there. There's nothing really you need to connect. All you need to do is make sure you stand right here on this line. But you don't need to aim like specifically anywhere. You just have to look horizontally directly at the wall. You look up and do it like that. So the fourth molly spot to remember is if you're on a flank, or maybe you're like the bomb for some reason. You're playing here, and you want to aim your like middle dash thing right here, the right side of the middle dash on the bottom. So right here, like this. And all your crosshairs on that wooden post, it'll actually go through. If you do this molly, it will also land on the plant spot. Now the very last molly setup we have for B, A, is if you're playing around here, you walk into here, and you want to aim the rightmost part of your ult bar, not your ult bar, but like the ult UI icon onto this specific part. So you see like the green thing of the ult, aim the very right part of that green thing right there, where I zoomed in on earlier, and then do mollies. And this will also land on the plant spot. Now I'll be covering over ults later at near the end part of the video, as I'll be covering the lineups and where we'll be planning default. So this is gonna be our default plant spot. We're just gonna tuck it in that way the defenders have as least room as possible to defuse the spike, which will make spamming the bomb a lot easier. And It's also molllys. So it's a very good plant spot for us on attack. I do suggest with this one though, that you kind of memorize where you put the ball mat. That way, well, not memorize, but know where to put your crosshair at, because it will be super common with this part. So you want to make sure that your spam is good. Else, like on those, that'll be confusing because we kept missing all our shots. Okay, so for attack, and this is what you're just gonna do every round for attack. And for the people, like random people watching this is possible since we're duoing with double smokes Viper Harbor on this map. So, you know, it's better when you're double smoking, it's better if you're a Viper to just wall the same thing every round. And I'll be going over this in another video, but and like why this setup is so strong and how to do this, like the setup. As I was actually talking about this earlier, but the Valorant lagged out, so I'll be cutting that part of the video out. But so yeah, I'll be explaining like when to put up your wall and stuff and why this wall's good. Another video. Anyways, this is your A setup. You always wall that every round, and once the round starts, we'll have the harbor wall pushing up. But so if we ever want to hit B site and get up all the way here, you'll be throwing your orb. So to do that, you aim at this. Aim a little bit to the left of that. And boom, you'll have your orb on top of the box here. When they're diffusing right here.
Poison orb emitting.
Now this is, they literally cannot see your face if you put this orb up, unless if they push out of the smoke, which means they cannot defuse.
Poison's off.
That is a super strong orb.
Enough playing with our food.
Alright, so I'll be going over the view lineups now. First one's here. And I'm pretty sure you wanna aim like at this thing. Put the middle part of your UI dash, the left side on there. And it'll land there on the lineup, plant spot. Second one we have is if you're lurking or flanking from mid, you want to aim at the bottom left of this window. Put your very bottom right UI dash onto there, so like that. And when you do that, it will land on the plant spot like this. And the last lineup we have is if you're on a super flank or a super leg, or maybe we pushed into their spawn or you because we thought this space was cleared and you wanted to take more space. This is the lineup for this. So you see this dash thing, you put your, so you see the left click icon that appeared once you pull out your snake bite. There's like the target somewhat above that, there's like the white thing. You aim the white thing onto that, but then you move to this. So you're actually putting it on like this part right here. And if you shoot like that, it will land on the whole plant. Now before I get into the Viper ults, I'm just going to show you some emergency quick Viper snake bites, as these are pretty easy, but if you don't want to do the lineup for a reason like it might take too long or you're just scared of getting flanked, then all you gotta do is you stand back to the wall, you put your crosshair at this level, aim it to the left, and shoot. If you do that, then it'll land at the default plant spot. Same thing for here. If you need to peek out really quick, so you have time for a lineup, they just do it like that. And if you're on the super flank, then I suggest just throwing it from up here rather than down here. And another reason why the orb over here was super strong that I told you to do earlier.
Poison orb emitting.
If you're up here, you also have a super one way, where they cannot see your head. And the defenders are gonna have to peek super wide in order to kill you. They have to super push
Here,
up
poison's
here,
off.
back
Here.
up a lot, or swing
Here.
all the way to your left. And all of that means they have to get off the bomb really hard. And if you have teammates alive, that's gonna help you play
Poison orb emitting.
the round a lot better. And if they do push out, you get to
Here.
see their legs before they can see you, so you could potentially get the kill before they even get a chance to shoot you back.
Poison's off.
All you gotta do is scam those spots. Now lastly, are the emergency ones for A. As our plant spots
Here.
right here, you want to just, if you need to just throw it quick, then you aim
Here.
around here. It will land around our plant spot. Same thing for here. You want to aim at this
Here.
gray thing. It will
Here.
land around our plant spot. You might actually want to aim that one a bit higher. Yeah, that one's better. And I get these ones you can shoot by eye, but it's really important to just know how to do it. Like those ones I didn't memorize, so I just did by eye like
Here.
these two. Alright, so now it's the ult spots. For the A ult, we're going to be covering rat ults, obviously, not the normal conventional ults, as the rat ults make you win rounds freely. Instead of planning at our default, we will be planning at the super default again. Especially when you don't have
Spike planted.
what you want to do is you go here to this intersection. You look here, aim like up here. Pretty precise.
Don't get in my way.
You have a rat spot right here. And you just look at the wall. If you look this way, your gun will stick out and possibly your hands. You want to be looking at the wall.
Poison orb emitting.
And
Poison's off.
my orb's way
Not
over
recharged
here,
yet.
and I don't know how to pick it up. But you'll be having an orb like around here.
Here.
And to post plant bomb, when you hear them on the bomb, turn around, just aim
Here.
at the wall, look up, and the molly will land by bouncing back. This is a super strong route spot. But anyways, once you run out your mollies, you wait for the defuse to tap.
Here.
Now once you hear the tap, it starts. And you could do this because they're gonna be one shot. If they have multiple teammates alive, then I suggest stepping out of your ult. And that way you don't die if they spam you back, because now they know where you are. This is the reason why I don't think the rat spot will work again if you did it once again. This ult is super strong.
My ultimate is ready.
Now for the next ult.
Some vermin are born to die. I have the
So
spike.
we have two route spots for B actually. One of them, I suggest doing this if you're rotating from mid to B for whatever reason. There's a variety. So
Don't get in my way.
but to do your only just walk in this corner, look at
Here.
this white line and do it. You want the plant like around here.
Spike planted.
Natural. Now what you do is you just stay here chilling out until you think the defenders are close and about to go in here. And when that happens, you you walk into this corner and you just stare at the wall. Yeah, if you need to go back in your ult, then just step back inside. Actually, that way they can't see you since you're around the bomb. But what you need to do, well, when you hear them on the bomb, instead of throwing directly like this, since if you do that, they'll know exactly.
Poison's off.
You look like this. And if you throw your bomb around like that, then it will go right on the bomb. And if you do this, they won't know where your lineup came from because it bounced off the wall, and they won't see where your lineup came from. So they might even think you're way back here, possibly, or maybe they just have no idea where you are. But it's a super strong rat ult. Now once you run out, you just swing. Maybe you can even put your ult down totally. I don't suggest doing that though. I say just putting the poison orb down. And maybe get outside the ult here and start swinging around the flank.
Poison's off.
That really depends on how much juice you have left in your ult. But by the time they get, by the time they got through 2 mollies, and if you timed it right, then you should have already won, super close to winning. If they don't defuse it like at the very last second.
My ultimate is ready. Look them in the eyes when you
our
kill
last
them.
rat ult is also B site.
But so this is if you're coming from B main. You go over here, the middle of the light, and you look at this section right here. And then you
Don't get in my way!
want to be planning at the default blind spot. This will be most likely unless it's dead. And the partner. But once you plant there and use your ult and whatever, as your ult is going out, start walking here. Then just hide yourself in this corner and crouch while looking at the wall. Make sure you don't stand too much to the left though, or you might stick out. But to do your post plant, you look here and to the left. Then you jump and do it. Make sure when you jump for this spot, you jump while crouching. And then as soon as you jump, you let go of the crouch button. Because if you do that, then it'll make 0 noise when you jump. And in order to do your post plant lineup for this spot, you need to do this jump or it will not reach. Otherwise you will be forced to do this. And if you do it like that, they will get to see where your lineup came from. There's a reason why you do not want to do that. So you look here, do your jump. It won't be landing on the default plant spot. Then once you run out, you simply just shoot. Once you hear the plan, like the defuse again, obviously, don't just start spamming. And you'll also be having your orb up here.
Poison orb emitting.
If you ever get super close to the box, you can just either right click through instead of left click, shown earlier. This is super broken orb for our default plan spot. And another
Poison's
rat
off.
ult. You can't possibly get spotted from
There.
the right though, so you gotta watch out for that. You also gotta watch out it's accidentally sticking out too much. Literally,
My ultimate is
this
ready.
has to be somewhat pixel perfect. And even the one I just did right now was kinda messed up.
Don't get in my way!
You see how the ult goes out? Then you walk here, crouch here. That's the route. You have to be looking at this though part so you'll be sticking out. So watch out for that.
My ultimate is ready.
Now, again, I'll be covering over this in another video later, but it's just to show you where to put it at least. But for your defensive wall, again, we're the duo, so you just wall the same thing over and over as it's better. But you wall like this. The first one is you do the one-way on doors, and if you want to do this, I found a better way on YouTube, and I think like 4 of these lineup things are copied, and honestly just didn't want to take the time to find all of the names again, so I'm sorry to the creators, but and it's, to those who want to know, the 3 route ults in this spot was taken from other creators that I found on YouTube that found these spots. But anyways, you aim right here. This one has to be very precise. Oil miss, but you aim a little bit to the right at that, and then you left throw as soon as the round starts. And this one way is a lot better than the one that lands here, which you throw from like around here. The reason why it's better is they have to swing a lot more, cover a lot more space in order to be able to see you. Well, they have to stand till here in order to see you.
Poison's off.
While the traditional one way, more on the right side, you'll be on, like, you can see them from like here. It's not that much space difference, but it could be a game changer. You know, it's a try hard game, so you want to have as much advantage as possible. But the second lineup we have for your orb is you're not gonna have enough time to run to A. But usually you want your orb on A if you're not doing a one-way outdoors. So to do this lineup, you go over here, say it's this one, you have to stand here, and at the top right of this thing, with a jumping. And with that, it'll land perfectly in the middle.
Poison orb emitting.
This way you have your wall on B.
Here.
And you also have your
Poison's off.
that way you can dedicate all your poison energy into one of the sites. I'll be explaining when to smoke in the other video, as we'll need to combine it together, like for initiations or retakes, to do it most effectively with the hardware walls and stuff. So yeah, that's it for this video. Sorry it took longer, but that's it. Thank you for watching.